Yo, what is going on, guys? C4IQ here with a Beating Ultra Instinct video, a series of videos giving tips, strategies and knowledge on some of the things that happen in Dragon Ball FighterZ and ways to get around tactics and stuff that people do. This video is going to be on everyone's favourite move, Super Dashing, also known as Home and Dashing, I think, from some people, but yeah, this move. So, there's going to be 5 points I'm going to cover. The first two are pretty self-explanatory, and the other ones I'll go into a little bit more detail. So there's going to be raw homing dashing or super dashing, switch super dashing, the air mobility, what you can do after normals, and last but not least, alpha counters. So let's start with the first one, raw. So basically when you say something's raw, it means without anything before it or after. So if I was just standing here, nothing was happening, and I just did it, that would a class as being a raw super dash. So what you can do against that is pretty universal at this point. I think everyone knows 2H. Everyone's 2H has upper body invincibility. Not sure on how quick they all are. Some might start up quicker than others. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I won't really go into it any more than that. But yeah, 2H can stop all that sort of stuff. You can also do a 2H in the air if you're in the air and you know they're going to do it. So that's kind of like the universal thing you can do when someone does a super dash in neutral. The other one is a switch. Basically the same principle. It's still a homing dash, super dash, and you can 2H it. The only difference is that it's another character doing it. You can do both, like so. The next point, later on in the video we'll go into how you can incorporate both of those, but this is more of a video how to stop it instead of how to use it, so we'll glance over that in a bit. The most important, I think, is probably this point, which is air mobility. So one thing that I've not seen videos on, it might be because some people think it's common knowledge and other people just didn't know, it's that with home and dashing you can obviously dash afterwards. So you can dash up, back, forwards, like so. So if I put them in the middle here, for example, you could do that, maintain pressure, and it just makes it really hard to sort of like deal with when you're on defense. One thing to note is, if someone's already done a double jump, they lose the mobility after the homing dash, the super dash, sorry. So I can't do anything after you block it by a button. I can put an attack, but I can't move afterwards. So you see a lot of people like do a home and dash, see it's blocked, and then they'll dash up and then see what you do, come down with a button, hit you in your head, and then you lose like 50%. So what you can kind of do when you're fighting to see, okay, they've used their double jump now, if they home and attack, they have to either block or press a button. Normally the character that blocks it can just do a 2H, and the person doing a home attack will have to guess whether they're going to do it or not. But because they can't dash away like they would normally be able to avoid a 2H, they have to deal with it. So they can chance pressing a button and hitting you, but if you do a 2H, you will definitely beat them. They can also still do specials and stuff. So for example, Vegeta's got a DP in the air, so he might already use his double jump, see his block and go, you know what, I'm just going to DP. He can do it on the way down, so let's see if I can demonstrate that quickly. Yeah. So, I mean, it probably wouldn't hit someone's 2H, but it would be something else he can do after the blocks. Super dash. So, this also applies to switching. So, if I double jump, switch, I can't dash with my incoming character. The air mobility counts for both, well, technically your whole team. So, if I don't double jump and I take a Vegeta, I get my dash still. So that's something to sort of be aware when you're playing. It's a bit hard because this game's quite quick and frantic, but if you see someone commit to a double dash and you can see a homing attack before they land, then always think, okay, they're gonna have to land right in front of me. Like, it definitely limits and makes super dashing a little bit more, it makes it easier to deal with to a degree. Even though you still have to be aware of what they did before the homing dash, it makes it a lot more manageable. So they're the 3 main points I wanted to get across. Next on the list is what to do after a normal attack. So when any opponent does a normal attack into super dash, what do you do? Okay, so without boring people with the frame data and numbers, for the most part, if a character does a normal into a super dash, there's going to be a gap, and the gap is big enough for you to do a 2H or a down heavy attack. Down heavy attacks have upper body invincibility, so they're meant to anti-air people. Super dashes are classed as airborne attacks, even if you do it on the ground. So on paper, 2Hs beat super dashes. This is really important. It's quite well known as well, but you can do it when you think you're in block stun. So like I said, when someone's doing a block string, I want to record Frieza doing basically a really basic string, light, medium, heavy attack into super dash, and I'm going to show that there's a gap there. So if you want to try this and test it at your own pace, go to button settings, and you basically need 2 buttons, one for the training dummy and one to record the training dummy. That's already done. Standing by, and then you press it, and then it starts recording whatever you want that dummy to do. So we want Frieza to do, that's what we want him to do. So you hit the button again, it said save slot, press the other button, let's see, playing it back. There we go, so you've got him doing that string. So now we're going to do the string, and I'm going to attempt to interrupt it. Shouldn't be too hard, considering I know what he's going to do. There we go, so you can 2H him clean out of that string. This is to obviously stop really stupid and overpowered pressure. So being aware of gaps is really important. Obviously the player could do the homing attack at a different point. He might not go into the heavy, he might just go into the medium, and then he might do it. So principle is still the same though, you can still interrupt it, you just need to know when you need to do it. There you go. This goes for key attacks or Kai attacks as well. The only difference is when you start incorporating assists, like I said earlier, and vanishes and stuff like that. It makes it a little bit different, but for the most part, this is pretty guaranteed when it comes to strings into super dashing. So yeah, you definitely want to look out for this. If someone's abusing it a little bit too much in block string to kind of keep up the pressure, it's not real. Stop that. Make them stop it. Last of all, I want to go over alpha counters. Don't want to bore anyone with the naming, it's from an older game. Basically, alpha counter is when you're in block stun and you spend 1 bar to bring in one of your teammates, basically to, you know, get the opponent off of you. They are very punishable on block though, so don't forget that. Even though the question of bar doesn't always mean it's a good thing to do. So I'll show how you can punish them as well, but now I'm just going to show you the premise of the attack. So what we're going to do is, how I do it to demonstrate in training mode is I'll make the dummy jump, in this case Frieza. When he lands, I'll do the input for the alpha counter. It won't happen because I'm not in block stun, but I'm going to do the input for it. So it's going to look a bit weird, but when I go back to playing Vegeta, it will kind of make a bit more sense. So record Frieza, there we go, jump. So I'll put the jump in there as a cue for me to know when to press the button. So when I hit 18, she should be in block stun, and then Frieza should come in. Let's see if I did it right. There we go. So there you saw me, only because I knew they were going to do alpha counter, I did the 2H. The alpha counter is a super dash. It's the same thing as a homing attack. So it's got the same premise, it's an airborne attack, so 2Hs will be it. You don't need to do it like this though, because like I said, it's quite unsafe on block. Not to bore you with the numbers, but basically, if you want to take this as a rule of thumb, when you block an alpha counter, you obviously see the screen change color. That's the indication that it's an alpha counter. They cannot block until they hit the ground, for the most part. So let's try this again. Right, missed the point. So this one can go back into Frieza. Yeah, they couldn't block that. That's they're still recovering from the attack. That's one way of punishing it. A heavy attack, a 5H or standing heavy attack, that's a really universal way of punishing it. Most characters, from what I've seen, that's the easy go-to punish. Depending on your character's normals, you can probably do a little bit more. Let's see if I can do something to do it a little bit better. I haven't really practiced this, to be fair. Something I should do. Yeah, so I can go straight into a jump series, which would lead to probably a little bit more damage. Not much. Let's have a look. Let's test this on the fly, shall we? Yeah, so I could go into something like that and getting air series in the air. You've seen all the combo videos. If you want to see what Vegeta can do combo wise, just go on Twitter. I'm sure you'll see 100 videos on there. But yeah, hopefully this helped, showed you ways to practice your punishes using training mode and recording and the dummy functions, and yeah, a way of kind of breaking down the different types of super dashes that are in the game, the different scenarios they happen in, and what you need to look for to make them a lot less effective. Like I said, with the air mobility, the raw ones, the alpha counter ones, they're all airborne, so you can 2H all of them. If all else fails, go for 2H. As long as you've got the reactions, you can just 2H them. So yeah, hopefully you guys find this helpful, and now we can beat mindless Ultra Instinct players online. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.